What's up, everyone? Today we're talking about Alien Resurrection, the final movie in chronological order, like story wise, for the franchise, and the final review for the series for us. But this one, I used to actually not like this movie at all, but it's grown on me a little bit over the years. I do like it, but I don't think it's like a great movie or anything like that. I think it's got some flaws, but it's kind of like on the same level of like Covenant. You know what I mean? It's Covenant. Actually, Covenant I would probably put a little bit higher. I don't know. I like them in for different reasons. This one, I really liked. Like the scene, you know what I mean? Like the ship and like the look, the aesthetic of everything. I really liked. It gave me like a feel of like the old, like Aliens, Alien 3. It was aligned to that aesthetic. Maybe a little bit grittier. But I mean, I liked it. I thought it was good. Uh, they used prosthetics and because I mean it's 98 I believe, or maybe 99, maybe 97, I can't remember, when they did this movie. But everything like the for the most part. But the like practical effects, not prosthetics. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Um, like it looks good. You know, I I just the things that get me is like it's definitely the corniest. I feel like it's definitely the corniest one. I do like the cast though. I mean, obviously you got Ellen Ripley, Sigourney Weaver making her final appearance in the Alien franchise. She does a really good job for what they give her. I mean, her character's interesting. It's not the original like Ellen Ripley. They uh they do like tests and shit. Like they I guess somehow get her DNA from uh where she died in Alien 3, and they are cloning her, trying to get the obviously the xenomorph, the queen xenomorph that was in her like in her chest when she died at the end of Alien 3. And they do so, and that's the result is she's like a hybrid. Like she is a humanoid but has like some, like, I don't know, she has some traits and like senses and stuff of a xenomorph, like acidic blood and like superior strength of like a normal human. And she like sense has like a, well, like the hive mind like sense of with the aliens and stuff like that. Same with like uh same with like the xenomorph queen. Like she has some attributes of like a human. But the rest of the cast is actually might be, it's not my least favorite. I'd say 3 would be my least favorite cast, just because I mean, no, I mean they do good, but there's like it's a lot of people, like, I mean, I've only really seen them in that movie, besides obviously like Charles Dance and stuff like that. But this one, I mean, you got Ron Perlman. I mean, obviously Sigourney Weaver. You got Winona Ryder. You got Tuco from Breaking Bad and like Better Call Saul. I don't know the actor's name. He's also in an episode of The X Files. I like him, from what I've seen of him. He does a good job. Um, the other characters are, I mean, they're okay. They're there, you know. Uh, they, I mean, it's the '90s, so I feel like there's like the '90s had a lot of, I don't know, their action movies and stuff like in like horror and stuff like had a lot of cheesiness to it. So I feel like there is a dash of that, like the comedy with like Ron Perlman's character, which I mean some of it I do find like when he's like shooting at the ladder scene, uh, when he's like shooting at the xenomorph, uh, protecting him and this guy and the handicap guy, the who's like on his back. He like after he kills the xenomorph, he goes back up to climb the ladder, and there's like a spider right there, and he like gets all scared and shit. Like I thought that was kind of funny because like really, you just took on a xenomorph, but you're scared of a spider. I don't, you know, it's little things like that. But I mean, there's some comedy to it, but there's like a lot of there's some like corniness to it too. Like one, the general, like the captain of the ship or whatever, the xenomorph like uh its tongue, like extra mouth like tongue thing, like punctures the back of its head, of the dude's head, and he's like still alive, and he like reaches into pretty much into the back of his skull, and he like pulls like a chunk of his brain out, and he's just like looking at it, like, you know, stuff like that. Which I mean, it's that I mean, after seeing this, I've seen this movie like quite a few times, so it's like I know what I'm getting into when I watch it. So it's like this time it didn't really, it wasn't as like jarring as like, you know, like watching the rest of the franchise and then going to this. Uh, it's I mean it's just it kind of hurts the movie overall, but it does give it its own flavor, I guess. But it does have some kind of like it's with like the cheesiness and like some corniness of like the overall vibe with like some of the characters and like just things here and there, like the fucking like yeah, the ladder scene when he like this guy is shooting at the xenomorph on the ladder, like it's dodging the bullets, like that was pretty fucking corny. um like this at the end where they Winona Ryder goes into the hatch bay, like cargo area, and uh they're trying to close the she's trying to close the door, and she can't, and like the fucking humanoid xenomorph comes up and like, I mean, I guess it's a humanoid, but it's like acting like it's like intimidating her, like, oh, don't. It's I feel like it's like I don't know, and like it just like grabs it and shuts it, and they go off. But I thought that I don't know, that kind of stuck me as cheesy, and just the whole how the portrayal between like Sigourney Weaver, like Ellen Ripley, and like the xenomorphs and stuff like that is kind of weird, and like the humanoid hybrid, that thing is pretty fucking, you know what I mean, like it's just I don't know, it doesn't like it's I guess it might sound cooler on paper, you know what I mean, and then it's not, like once it's all said and done I'm like, it's, I mean, they did it better in Romulus, you know what I mean, like when Romulus uh kind of touched on like the humanoid like mixture of like the DNA and stuff. I feel like they actually did it a little bit better because it is scary. You know what I mean? It's like grotesque and scary. Where it's like this thing is like grotesque, but it's not really scary. It's just like weird and kind of goofy. Uh, but yeah, and like the queen, she has like a human type like reproductive system where she only gives birth, like she gives birth to one like xenomorph, like a fully grown xenomorph, like that humanoid hybrid thing that we saw. That like didn't see this as its mother; it saw Ripley as its mother, and that like the weird bond begins. Like yeah, there's like a certain point in the movie where it's like I'm like, all right, this is where they kind of start jumping the shark, and not like really bad, just like all right, this is where it's like you kind of start losing me a little bit. But I mean, same like I don't know. They I mean they had things like that in Covenant. That's why I say they're kind of on the similar path. Um, where things like just kind of struck me like, that doesn't really, I don't really vibe with that. But I mean, some like the imagery and the shit for like, I mean, like the experiments is like grotesque, and a lot of like I said, like the aesthetics and like how everything looks in the overall like yeah, the aesthetic and like vibe of everything looks really good. Uh, I mean, I do enjoy the cast. Like they grow on me as the movie goes, and I'm like, all right, it's you know what I mean. Like I like them, you know. Uh, but it's I mean it's well directed. I mean it's shot well. Like it's not bad by any means. It's just like I guess like some of the story beats. I'm just like I don't. It's a little weird. I mean Alien. I mean it is just the overall concept is just like I guess we. I mean the whole the series overall like the, delve into some weird things like the in Covenant and like Resurrection does, and I mean even Prometheus with the fucking the goop and like the disease, like you know what I mean, like the one that one guy, the Elizabeth Shaw's partner gets infected and like what that does to him, and just like the I mean that fucking thing that comes that she gets uh, C sections out of her, like how that looks and shit. Like you know a lot of grotesque and like weird things that they kind of experiment on, and like with Romulus they touch on the human hybrid thing again, and sometimes it works better than others. This time in like Resurrection, the first time they kind of delve into this, it doesn't land as well, but it's I mean overall I mean I still I appreciate it. I mean, you know what I mean. Like, I appreciate it, and some of it does land for me, but some of it they kind of the vibe that they go with, like the weird, like you know, like how Ripley's like acting, like she's like smelling the ground or like hearing the ground, and just like being like animalistic, I guess, and same with like just the whole bond between her and the xenomorphs and stuff. You know, some of it just kind of gets weird. Like that. But everything else I don't really mind. Like I thought this is a pretty cool movie. Like yeah, like the water scene was badass. Like just I don't know. I just I thought that was like one of the coolest sequences of the movie. Just how the aliens like the aliens look pretty good. Like swimming through, and I don't know. I just thought it was funny. Like I could tell, you could tell like that one chick at the end wasn't gonna make it. Just how shitty she's swimming, and just I don't know. It's cool. Like Ron Perlman, like his character shooting the one xenomorph with the grenade launcher, and like they finally get to the end where you know should just be like oh they dive up and it's just front out of the water, but it's like covered over with some like film from like the hive for like the where the eggs are like incubating or whatever. But yeah, that whole sequence was pretty cool. And then it's followed up by the ladder sequence, which I mean it does have some cool stuff in it, but overall I'm like, man, this is kind of cheesy. But I mean the whole movie overall kind of has like a cheese factor to it, but it kind of grows on me after all these years. Like I've I don't know. I've acquired a taste for it. Like you know what I mean. Like every time I watch the series, I always watch this one. You know what I mean. This is always the last one I watch. Uh, I mean, I enjoy it. I mean, I guess some nostalgia because, I mean, I was 3 when this came out. 3, almost 4, I believe. If it was 98, you know, I just watch it with my brothers on VHS and stuff. I mean, I'm pretty sure I seen the original three before I ever watched this one, so that's probably why I always kind of thought it was. I don't know, like I mean, even as a kid, I kind of was like, this one's okay, I guess. But I don't know, I'd give it like a. There's gonna be a little bit bigger range. I'll obviously when I edit the video, it'll be up on the screen, but I'd say somewhere between like a maybe like a 6.5 to maybe on par with Covenant at like a 7. But it'll probably be like a 6.5, maybe like a 6.75, somewhere around there. But I don't know, over time, you never know. I could like this one. I could see myself liking this one more than Covenant. And I mean, but same with Covenant, I could see myself like overall, like over time, liking that one a little bit more and more. Just like I don't know, probably I don't know. I don't know. I always like 3, so I won't say that. Uh, but yeah, I'd give this one probably like a probably I will just say a 6.75. I'll give this one a 6.75. So it's technically the worst, but it's just I'll buy a little bit, just buy a little bit. I mean I appreciate and love every Alien movie. I'm not gonna watch. I don't know. I'm not gonna watch Alien Earth. At least I don't plan on ever watching it. Maybe one day if I'm bored, you never know. But it just I don't know. I feel like it's lore breaking in like I don't know. Like from what I've seen, like clips of it, like I just like really like why is that even a thing? And I don't want to watch it. I just stick to the movies. That's all I need. In the games. But anyways, that's gonna do it for me. Again, I'll give it like a 6.75, and that's gonna be it for our Alien franchise review. Maybe one day, uh, if this channel's ever like bigger or something, uh, I rewatch all my pretty much. I mean, I haven't done it in a while, but I used to just like rewatch all my movies like over time or majority of them. And like some movies I'd try to watch every year or at least every other year, and this was a franchise that would be like that. So maybe down the line we'll like hash some reviews or something. You know what I mean? Like, oh, it's been like 5 years since we touched up on Alien. Let's do that again. Or fucking say like the next series we did was like Die Hard or something, and then 6 years down the line, like if this is like a big channel or something, we're like, hey, let's you know do some you know do some Bruce Willis movies. Let's do some Die Hard movies, stuff like that. But anyways, that's just I don't know, some brainstorming or whatever. Anyways, don't forget to like, follow, subscribe. Thanks for your support. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.